Welcome Dungeon Saga fans. Today we are on Dungeon Saga Origins and we are painting Orlaf. Now as you can see, I've already given him a primer coat on white. He's already had his base. We've got some fine sand and shells for his base as well. Now what we're going to do first for this miniature, I'll give you a little 360 of this beautiful miniature. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to block in all the colours, and it's a very simple blocking in of colours today. We're going to use some warrior flesh and some wood stained brown. So I'll go and add all these colours to this miniature and then I'll come straight back. Okay, so all the colours have been added now. So we've got the wood stained brown, which you've gone over all the areas here. We have the warrior flesh for all the flesh areas, and we've got some creamy ivory where we went over the bone areas. So very simple. So what I'm going to, and I've also actually got some grey which I went over the base with as well. That was the rainy grey. These are all MSP paints, and we've also got some shadow silver on the axe there. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to start highlighting the brown areas. Very simple. We do those first because there's a little bit of dry brushing. Now I'm going to work on all the fur areas first, and the colours I'm just using the wood stained brown, and I'm only going to use pure white. So what we're doing is I'm putting some brown on my palette and adding some white. So all we're making is a light brown, and that's just a simple way of adding some highlights going around the miniature here. So we're just gonna dry brush these little areas here all around. And it's a very simple way of just bringing out some of the details. And all we're doing is we are adding white to the brown, and this gives us all the highlights we need for the whole miniature. We can go over all the leather areas, fur areas, and just add a tiny bit of this colour, and we can make it darker or lighter depending how much white we are adding to the mix. So now I'm going for a little bit darker. Let's add this on the hair there. Just picks out all the hair. Now we always do the dry brushing first on all our miniatures because it's the messy part. Of course, if you go onto the skin areas or anywhere, we can easily paint over our mistakes. So it's a nice way of fixing the miniature. Excellent. The next part is we're going to add the flesh wash. So now we're going over all the skin areas using the Army Painter flesh wash. So just do a nice little even coat over the whole miniature. Let the ink wash go into the recesses. And let it go into all the little fingers there. Excellent. There we are, superb. Okay, so that's the ink wash added for the actual barbarian skin. Now I'm going to go into Agrax Earthshade. Now, as you know, Agrax Earthshade is a much darker ink wash, and we are going to go over all the skulls and his clothes with the dark ink wash. as we go into the recesses as well. So all the areas that got a bone, we shall add the ink wash. And I'm just going to go over the fur areas with the ink wash as well as. This will make it look much nicer. It gives a nice richer feel to all the fur. Okay. It's absolutely fantastic, all these different ink washes we got now. Again, I remember back in the 80s I used to make washes with my dirty water. We'd just mix black and water together to make a dirty ink wash. Good, okay, so we shall let that dry now, and then we'll come back and start adding some nice little highlights, and we'll do the eyes. We're going to use pure white to begin with the eyes. I got my 2020 brush, and we're just going straight in and add in some eyes to the warrior. Same on the other side. That's our eyes in. And all we do then, give our brush a little wash, and we're going into pure black. And just adding a few little dots for the eyes, just centerized, and keeping them to the top of the eye. There you go, just like so. Now the reason why I've kept them to the top of the eye is because there's more of a shade to the top. Now what you'll find is if you just poke two little dots on the eyes, you'll just have these dots of black in the white. So trying to do like half moons, as I call it, with your eyes, so they're actually touching the tops or the bottom of the eyes, it looks more realistic than having just dots. So try to keep your eyes, the black part, to the top of the eyes or the bottom of the eyes, and then it just doesn't look like you've plonked two little dots in there. It looks more real, more realistic. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to finish off around the beard with the brown, and I'm going to add some black ink wash to the base, and we're going to finish off this axe as well. Okay, I'm absolutely over the moon how this has come out. As you see, I've added some of the shadow silver and the light silver to the axe, and that's given a nice little sharper blade effect in there, as you can see with the light reflecting. And of course the arms and the muscles are all nicely highlighted now, and the eyes are in, and I've added some shadow silver to the buckles there and around the leather work, and that's about all I want to do for a tabletop miniature. And I'm going to now just add some black to the rim of the base and just finish off the mini, and then I'll give you a 360. So next time we shall be working on Madriga, so we'll be doing the Elf Ranger on the next episode. I hope you'll join me, and I hope you're enjoying this series so far. So until next time, love to all.